this incredibly popular case. It's very safe bet. It's very representative of the sort of average PC build because you've got a lot of flexibility on it. Very easy to work in. You got yourself three fans, including two RGB fans in the front. You have to do a lot of work. It's in look cool. It comes in different colors. You can go to white, top. You also have plenty of space for a 6 motherboard and a graphics. Some things to consider when you're choosing a case outside of the aesthetic is that you do want to make sure you have a reasonable amount of space, especially if you want to go for what's more of a higher end system. Take for example your graphics card. Your graphics card is on the left, right, but you can see there's all this extra space on the side. That's because especially these days, high-end graphics cards are actually quite tall. You actually need a little bit of extra space to make sure that they look clear and you have room to plug in with the card. So hopefully this like this 216 is going to be a nice safe bet. It should last for years and years in the future. Plenty of space to install it. Radiators on top, and you've got the fans, you've got the basement where you can hide your power supply and basic stuff. Like I mentioned with motherboards, there are different sizes of cases. The standard size HX cases are the traditional PC size, but there are smaller micro ATX and mini ATX cases if you do want to go for a smaller footprint. Remember, native building in this a little bit tricky, and you do need to be mindful of airflow. On the other end of the spectrum, you have two size cases, which are massive chungolitos that are specifically designed how to show off the big bulk components. Graphics cards that are bigger than my head, for instance, hardline waterproof. For first-time builders, I recommend just a standard 8 case, as it will probably provide enough airflow and enough space to build in, and it's a little bit of an easier process. But again, choose the case that you want best. Then not only set the aesthetic, then decide to go on your desk, below your desk, when it comes to cooling your CPU, there are tons of options. So on the high end, you can do something like this, which is a hardline loop. Now this, as cool as it is way outside the scope of a PC tutorial. The position is one or two options. It's good. So with air cooling, there are options such as this, which is an AK400. It's a fairly straightforward air cooler. Honestly, if this is your first time building a PC, this is usually the right move unless you have a very, very high-end CPU. We'll talk a little bit about this later, but the main thing I'm going to show you is how to install an all-in-one liquid cooler. As you can see, there are tons and tons of options. So the main things to consider would be the size and what kind of CPU. With a Ryzen 7 X, it's actually a fairly efficient chip. We do not need a crazy cooler. For purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go with a very high-end Lean, specifically 360 millimeter radiator. So the way the sizes work is that this is a 360 millimeter radiator, which is essentially three 120 millimeter fans. So if I find a 240, for example, this is two 120 mil fans, or by the same token, I can do two 140 millimeter fans, which would equal 280. The way you choose this is very much down to your case. So all cases will list what kind of radiator and fan support that they have. So for our case, we have up to a 360 millimeter radiator on the top, but some cases you could also mount it on the front, or sometimes on the bottom. But traditionally, your radiator, your AIO will be installed in. This is a very high end AIO. It's more than we need, but I'm going to show you for the purposes of this tutorial. It also has a little screen on it too, so I'll show you how to install this. And while air cooling is safer bet for most first-time builders,
Hello.
the liquid cooler, the whole thing, from performance, this is luckily a lot of low and mid-range CPUs you buy will come with a stock tool in the box. For most people, this is completely fine. It's flashy and you won't want to push limits with overclocking, but it is a
हेलो
perfectly reasonable option that you can
अब ठीक
always
है
upgrade
अब
down the
आवाज़ आ रही
line.
है
They typically don't ship with stock coolers at all, but manufacturers expect you to get a better cooler anyway, and the demands of those chips are a lot more than those stock coolers can. A high-performance air cooler will do just as good of a job, if not better, than all but the beefiest AIO
अब
solutions.
ठीक है अब आवाज़ आ
But
रही है
there are other pros and cons to each. Liquid cooling draws the heat away from the CPU via a heatsink, and then the liquid carries that heat all the way through a radiator to be dissipated. Now, this method is typically quieter than air cooling, and the higher end coolers have little screens that can show you like some specs or a gift loop. Like they're very flashy, but they typically require multiple fan slots in your case, which can be difficult to install based on the configuration, a lot more work to install to begin with. Not to mention that there's a small liquid leaking from that cooler and damaging components. Air cooling is the tried and heat sink is drawing that heat away from the CPU. It's simple, which means it's less likely to break, but high-performance air coolers do have some cons, such as they typically take up a lot of space. If your PC case doesn't have a lot of clearance, or you have a smaller motherboard, sometimes that can actually be very restrictive as far as how easily you can access the PC. And on top of that, if you're going to be moving your PC around a lot, it's not necessarily a great idea to have a heavy air cooler, just because the good ones, while they're very good at cooling, are very heavy. They put a lot of strain on the board, the mounting points. Well, it really depends on the cooler that you choose. The coolers can get a little bit on the loud side, especially when the PC is working on a heavy load like gaming. But ultimately, the choice is up to you. I personally tend to lean more towards solid air coolers, such as Noctua options, but I'd say most gamers, especially on the high end, tend to take advantage of liquid cooling. Next up, we're choosing our power supply. This is a critical component of every PC build. It is quite literally the beating heart supplying power to every component in the system. You want something high quality, you want to make sure that you have plenty of capacity. It is a component that takes AC power from the wall and converts it into stable DC power that the PC can actually use. It then distributes power through cables all like veins throughout the PC. Now, power supplies measure output via watts. It's fairly straightforward. I mean, you just need to add up the power requirements of your PC components and then choose a power supply that exceeds that number. Usually, your CPU and especially your GPU will have minimum recommended watts, which is a great place to start. Again, Micro Center has an online PC builder that will help you calculate how much power your power supply needs, but just as a baseline, a lower to mid-tier PC may need something like 500 or 600 watts. An upper tier system may need something close to 750 watts, and a high-end system will likely need 850 watts plus. Definitely do the math on your own system. You don't want your computer to draw more power than the power supply can provide, or else it will just crash or shut down immediately, or you can even do long-term damage to your system. For this build, I'm going to go with this, the MSI Mag A850G PCI 5. There's a few reasons why I like this power supply. First of all, 850 watts is going to be plenty for this system, but I don't mind that typically for a system because power supplies usually have quite long warranties and can last for several iterations of your system, so having a little bit of that extra margin is nice to have. Something else to consider is some of the specs on this. So because we're using an RTX series CPU, we're actually going to watch everything of the PCI 5 spec. You'll see here it says ATX is compatible ready. What that means is that it has, with the actual cables in the box, a specific cable which is designed to be for RTX 40 series cards. This is nice because for our GPU, if we don't have this built into the power supply, we actually have to use an adapter, which technically will work, but I don't really recommend it. So if you have the luxury of buying a brand new power supply for your system, getting something with ATX 3.0 is very nice to have that feature built in. Other things to consider here is that this is a fully modular power supply, which means that we can easily plug in only the actual cables we need so that our cable runs can be a little bit cleaner. And this is also an 80 plus gold rated power supply. 80 plus ratings, while sometimes you can kind of get a little bit of a wrong quality, typically they're much more meant for the actual efficiency of your power supply. So white, silver, gold, platinum, they go up quite a bit. For me, gold is usually the right sweet spot between price, efficiency, and typically quality. This will be what we'll talk about in the video. When it comes to storage for your system, you have a couple of options. So old PCs traditionally use hard drives. We are going to use a hard drive for the system. But for Windows, for gaming, for all of your normal use, I would highly recommend an SSD. The frame is short-term storage like SSDs and hard drives are more like they hold all the data, computer programs, photos, videos, games, etc., ready to be accessed whenever you need them. There are two main types of SSDs to choose from. SATA, which are older school and use the same connectors as a hard drive, easily be swapped into, like, say, an older system, for example. But if you're building a modern system, I recommend an M2 NVMe SSD. They use the same type of flash memory as regular SSDs do, but they get rid of that old SATA connection that eliminates speeds. Top of the line NVMe SSDs are about 60 times faster than hard drives. That's right, 60 times faster. Like, we want to pay attention to speed and capacity here. One reason to go with an NVMe SSD is that they are pretty much universally fast enough for basically any task you throw at them. I mean, even a slow NVMe drive will be faster than drive a regular
Apartment.
As for capacity, I recommend at least 500 gigabytes if you pair it with something like a hard drive. Honestly, 1 or even 2 terabyte NVMe drive are relatively cheap these days and will give you plenty of headroom to store all of your games. So with this,
What?
we're gonna go
What
with
the fuck?
Samsung 990 Pro. You can also install a hard drive. Now, typically, if you use a hard drive as an SSD, I highly recommend against it. But what a hard drive does have over an SSD is a lot of capacity for not a lot of money. So take, for example, this, which is a WD Blue 4 terabyte drive for only 50 bucks. You're also going to almost certainly want a copy of the Windows 11 gaming PC. Now, typically, you could do Windows 10, although at this point, Windows 11 is pretty much the no-brainer. There's Windows 11 Home as well as Pro. Honestly, you could just get Windows 11 Home. But this, I'll show you how to install it later. But it is very important to have a copy of Windows. Otherwise, your PC will have a great view of the BIOS screen. Or you can install Linux, but that's a little bit outside the scope for a PC tutorial. All right, my friends, it is time to build ourselves a gaming computer. So if this is your first time building, I'm going to walk you through step by step all the components, how we put them together, some common issues, the whole thing. But sit back, relax, this is going to be easy and fun. I don't have any problems at all. Positivity is an important element of PC building. So, right here, I've got all of the components that we need for the build laid out here. So, what you'll actually need to build your computer outside of the parts to do it is going to be decent sized workspace, desk, table. Make sure you
Pushing
have
green.
the space. These boxes, it gets cluttered very quickly. You need a couple tools. By couple, I mean a knife to open boxes and a Phillips screwdriver. That's literally it. It is very simple. All the other bits and bobs, cables, screws, all that kind of stuff should be included in the various component boxes that we're going to be using. Now, beyond that, it's really pretty straightforward. Let's clear up some space, grab a case box, and we will begin unboxing and building our gaming computer.
Cool.
Case for a PC build, not only so that you can sort of wrap your head around the physical dimensions, but also power supply too to get a couple of these points out of the way before we move on to some of the. So with this particular case, we actually have this upside down and pull the box over the actual case. Kind of like how if you're unboxing like a TV or something, you want to sort of pull the box up and over. Otherwise, it's there we go. So I actually typically like to keep the case box handy. This is a great spot to put all of your random trash from the actual build. So packaging materials and that kind of stuff. And sometimes you need to go back to the area like I got screws. So I just like to use that as like sort of my temporary. Right, with our plastic removed, we got our first good look at the case that we will be spending the next several hours building in. So, before we do anything, let's go ahead and take off the side panels and wrap our heads around what we actually do. It's really nice. We have some bumpers on the back, so it's very easy to access. Sometimes, like actually right now, you really need a screwdriver to get these screws started. Also because they tend to come a little like over tight. These screws are annoying. Just give them
Okay.
So every case
One more.
honestly, every PC build is going to be a little different. So I'm going to speak sort of generally. I'm going to give you the top as you build. So for this case, I'm going to remove all of the panels. So this is the top panel. You'll have to remove. Yeah, anyway. So I just put this off to the side. When it comes to taking the back panel off, there's actually
Peek.
Side here.
He's there. Last one T-base. Even T-base.
Cabling, power supply, that kind of thing. Put my screw off the side. Just a little note, you're going to have a lot of screws through this process. Make sure to have a little handy spot. I usually take a small corner for it. You can use a little magnetic mount or a little bowl or whatever. Just don't lose them. There's only actually like a handful of types of screws, so some of them are a little interchangeable, but just try to keep them organized so that when you're looking to put something back together, you won't be like, oh, it's up to the push. I've never done that. Behold, a magnetic mat. right there. With the basement cover taken off, we now have pretty much full access to the case. So before we actually start building anything, let me just give you a quick little run through about what we're looking at. So this part right here in the middle is where our motherboard will mount. So we'll explain that in a little bit, but generally speaking, just so you have the lay of the land, the motherboard goes here. Graphics card's going to go roughly right here. We're going to have our all-in-one liquid cooler mounted on the top of the chassis. Now, this actually, technically, we could mount it up front too, but because it already has a couple of fans pre-installed, it would be pretty easy bet to put it on the top. The power supply is going to go down here, hard drive storage here, and that's largely it. So, some things to consider. We got our sales mode down so we can run cables through here. Management. We also...
Oh, what? Kill you, man. But I'm... Ah! One more, one went left. One went side. Nice. Plenty of room, and there's actually sort of now a guide, these sort of Velcro cable runs that are built in. So as we install components, I'm going to try my best to run cables in a clean, natural way. We're not getting it perfect. Once we've actually made sure the system is fully functional, we will go back through there and double check it. But as you run stuff, take 30 extra seconds and run it through a cable panel or a cable sleeve or a cable guide versus letting it get wet. It will definitely make your life a lot easier when it comes time to clean it up. That's largely it. The only thing to show you in a minute, we have our hard drive for the trays down. We not need to use these just yet, so we just leave those in place. So, let us begin. Still banana. He has got a gun. One more banana, one more. Anyone want AK? AK. Now, I install power supply. There's a few ways that you could approach this, but I like to install power supply first to make sure that I can start running some cables and getting them out the way. Now, I will say there's one thing that you can do, which would be a different order of operation for this tutorial. I would generally recommend for you to open up all of your components and do a test before you put everything in the actual. You don't have to do that not within a day, but even though it's rare, it does happen that maybe there's some incompatibility issues with your parts. Maybe a part just came damaged or broken out of parts. And it's careful, Papa. Maybe shift walking, careful.
No one right?
Still banana, one more. Last two banana. Both banana, front of you. One more. To your left. Knife, purple knife. Purple, man, knife.
You should die, babe.
I want to kill purple for that. No, yes, knife, always knife.
एंड मैं जब इतना खुश हो जाता ना मैं नाइफ
They're not. So keep this little bag full of cables handy. If you're using a lower end power supply that's not modular, well, these will all just
Bomb.
fly. But if you have a modular or semi-modular supply, it makes it a lot easier to sort of clean up the aesthetics. You don't have like massive cables all. So we can check this box. I will say the only thing you want to make sure we find should be 4 little screws in a bag. So in this one, it is going to be, I think, in here.
अरे मेरा गन मेरी मैं गन्नेड में रह गया he will go away with the bomb bomb was dropped in apps shift hog
A lot. It's a little intimidating. First time. The good thing about literally all these pockets is that you really can't do it wrong. As long as you fully see it, it'll be fine. You're not gonna be able to accidentally like turn it upside down without using an insane amount of force. You're not gonna be able to plug it into the wrong thing. Like everything is key, everything is going to be unique, so it's not anywhere near as scary. So let me walk you through it for you. The first cable we're going to start out with is our 20 plus 4 pen. So this is the main power to the motherboard. So you see it's going to be 20 plus 4. The 4 is always attached to the 24 pen. And then on the other side, this is the end that we're going to plug into the power supply. I'm going to actually do that right now. This is a cable that you will need 100% of the time. So it's modular just as reason. It all works. So this is very straightforward. We're going to plug in. Make sure that we get the lower click. 1, 2.
Ooh,
So again, gaming PCs are going to use cables. We're always avoiding to plug that in. Next up, we're going to grab a little bit more unusual, especially if you've not built a PC in the last couple of years. So this is known as the
Nice.
PCI 5.
Oh, let's find out.
But essentially what this is a
Save?
new
We have money. Oh, okay.
can use other The main thing is, and it's straightforward, make sure you are full.
हाँ बोलो क्या खाओगे ओ बर्तन नहीं धोता मैं सॉरी क्या खाओगे पपीता ये पपीता नहीं वाटरमेलन
Almost everything we're doing here is only going to go in one.
किसने सेव करवाई थी किसको चाहिए के M4 किसी को पास कर दो आई डोंट मेरे को नहीं
PCI power. So this is known as a 6+2 connector. And this is a tried and true method that graphics cards have used for many, many years. It's not quite as clean because so what this single cable will do is like 600 watts. To do this with PCI cables, you need to use several of these. As you can see, they had these little like pigtail things because graphics cards have different levels of power needed. So some graphics cards may only need a single 6 pen. or you may need to connect the 6 plus 2, making it an 8 pin, or you may need 2 of these times 3. It depends on the card, it's going to completely vary, but it will tell you what kind of actual power you need on the graphics card box. If it's super simple. So
किया था वही लीव किया है और वो डिस्कनेक्ट किया है डिस्कनेक्टेड बाय यूजर रो रहा होगा
Awesome, come on.
मैं एफ के जा रहा हूँ 5 मिनट के लिए some issues with the
plug that.
हेलो कोई बोलना कुछ
कर सकता है
Throwing a grenade, throwing fire.
पुश आ रहा है तुम ओ भाई ग्रेनेड मार दिया मैंने
You can also click it together with the 8 pin, which is the most standard. Some higher motherboards actually have
Counter-terrorists win. Right on.
but there's a rule of thumb. If you have power supply,
तो ये एके
typically 8 pin is
एके फॉर सेल एके ले लो
Thank you.
आओ वेलकम 10 रुपए पेटीएम कर दो
We're in the clear, lads. Go, go, go. Deploying decoy. Throwing smoke. Deploying fire. Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke.
पुलिस को गवाना है
समझ में
For example, you may need it for your fan, you may need it for the pump, you may need it for your arm, like there's a bunch of different things that you can use it for. So traditionally what you use your loose installed
अरे मैं मर गया फालतू में गोल गन घुमा रहा था क्यू दबा के
Incendiary.
मार
Counter-terrorists win.
So, you want to do into our power supply. Now, I'll explain how to activate the switch. You need it, but almost every bulb is going to want to do one of these data connectors installed on our power supply. Another cable that you may see, although I think will become a little bit less common, is modem. You'll see this ginger looking
We're going in.
this is probably the coolest power supply.
Decoys out. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire.
It's kind of like what the planting
Throwing smoke. Throwing a grenade.
Sometimes really try to tug it out. If your system doesn't
Throwing smoke.
feel free to not take it at all. But if you think you may want to do it, you don't want to double check all your components, it's not a terrible idea to plug this in. But as you can see right here on the national power supply,
एप्स खड़ा था भाई एप्स पे
plug it in and just sort of tuck this cable off the side.
Grenade.
For these purposes, anything in the system, I'm going to disconnect this and put another cable pouch. If you find we need it later, all we gotta do is pop it into the basement.
Yeah, under wraps, under wraps.
Take it safely.
Pit. Nice, dead.
Other than that,
I'm defusing the bomb.
a few extra versions of the cables. So again, I got more PCI.
Counter-terrorists win. You're right on. You're right on.
8 plus 4 plants. You don't have to do this. I've run plenty of systems.
Guys, I tell you, we kill them all.
Near enough power ports.
मैच हारूंगा तो 500 स्कोर गिरेगी, जीतूंगा तो 113. नाइस. बी येलो पेट से भी आ रहे हैं. मर गए.
Behind man. Wait, I
Bhai.
call it already.
He was shooting your 2E and die bro, die. बस नाइफ मत हो, बाकी सब हो जा. Yes, no worries. Do not worry, we will not win this, okay? They come back, we lose.
You will cry like babies before you die.
This is my motivation speech to all of you today.
Let's go. Flashbang.
That's when we go ahead and screw. Is power supply
Mid बहुत लो है, mid वाला बहुत लो है. मार दो.
so with this
I throw the flashbang.
you may just need to just take any of the
Knife him.
we're gonna get this installed.
You fucking pig.
Yeah.
On top of that, you should do it in a cross.
भाई कोई मेरे को जोमेटो से बर्गर मंगवा दे प्लीज, मैं बहुत गरीब हूँ. पैसा दिख नहीं रहा, पता नहीं बैंक में पड़ा है.
The guy's out. Molotov.
एक ऐप से बाहर निकला और वो मुझे मार गया. एक लेयर कम है. एक लेयर प्लांटिंग है.
Clear. What the fuck, yeah. What that app?
I said एक लेयर, not ऐप लेयर.
Counter-terrorists win.
Beans. On Swiggy, minimum rupees 125 off on all weekend orders.
Go, go, go. Let's throw the grenade.
अब मेरे स्किल देख लो तुम सब, ठीक है?
ठीक है. चलो.
वेयर रश. भाई मेरे को अकेला छोड़ के ऐसा कौन करता है? मैं मर जाऊं तो?
किसको तो आया भाई?
Smoke! Activating terrorists win. Mira.
Sorry, I gave you a drop. Don't worry, but you have AK. Okay. Take AK. Yellow. Yes, yes, you take it. I drop it. I cannot refund you. Hey. Somebody refund and pick these AKs.
This is easy. We kill them,
Lol.
then we go home.
मेरे साथ धोखा हो गया.
Throw in a decoy. Throwing fire. Grenade.
Thank you for the illustration. Yeah, so there you go. Didn't get like what happened? But what I feel like to do.
Throw in a flashbang.
Out. Bad as my little build.
Well, you let me die. Why? Gobi, 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 Gobi.
I'm throwing a grenade.
Gobi, bomb A, planting A, planting A. Planting A, guys.
Throwing smoke.
Defusing.
GG.
He's defusing. Purple, defusing.
Terrorists win. Run, little girl. Run.
Keyboard, but always look at is actually find that manual comes to your motherboard. You take a look through and I'll just kind of explain to you where each is. Now, beyond the Wi-Fi module on the board, there are a few accessories. So, we have a couple of screws.
No more talking. Now we fight. Decoy. Grenade out.
Motherboard, so
Peter, meat push है.
size for I would say the majority of first and gold especially. So what you'll see is a whole lot of stuff inside that. So I'm gonna set this down here. Now I'm not gonna try to scare you.
अरे बॉम्ब भी नहीं है मेरे पे. What the fuck I am doing?
Try not to get your greasy hands all over.
ये पे है कैसे?
Hey, इधर here banana. Meow. Right.
Grenade out.
Last day. Gobi. Run. Don't stop. Vroom. Go 500 speed. Run. Go away.
I fear no man.
Do not plant.
First of all, we're going to see our
Plant and go away. Plant and Gobi.
Bomb has been planted. Flashbang.
See that this board has 4. Sometimes you'll have
Gobi.
below our CPU, we're going to see of several into SSD slots. What does that show?
Do not win. I want to play one more round. Please. Do not win.
Yes.
No, don't win.
Terrorists win.
What?
Fucking noobs.
Sometimes these actually I've seen
भाई ये क्या था?
Again, you can check your manual. General
हाँ जी।
thoughts.
हैं? नहीं